We are going. How strange is this? Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, to the first ever live ups and downs in like a mini venue arena. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Yes! It's still on, it's fine. I thought it went off. So this is absolutely crazy because obviously we usually do these outside of the arena and it's great. We often almost get arrested. So Phil, who has organized all of this, talked to the people here at the lovely MGM casinos, at the Luxor Hotel, and at the Aurora Bar, and they said, you know what? If you want to come make a ruckus here instead, that's what you can do. Now the most amazing thing is I'm a very positive, optimistic guy, apart from ups and downs crowds, where I'm always convinced no one's going to be here. So I'm pretty sure, even though we are doing it, it's maybe one of the biggest crowds we've ever had. So give yourself a pound. It's right. It's right. The question is, are we going to get kicked out? I don't know the answer. But let's, in a non-violent way, in a loud way, let's try and get kicked out, all right? The best thing about this is I genuinely thought, so some people, and they're out there, hello YouTube land, it's perfectly fine. Some people don't like the live ups and downs, which I get, because it gets a bit chaotic. I genuinely thought I was going to start this video by saying, look, we found a happy medium. No, we aren't. Which is great. But look, here's the deal. Look at that. It's on the screen. How stupid. How stupid. Think how many people have screamed that and gone, I don't know what that is. It sounds like some kind of rave or maybe some kind of orgy. Can I say orgy? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's a rage orgy. To the little child over there. Now, a rage orgy is when everyone just has like a really good time in a really innocent way. No. Hugging, that's right, hugs. And hugging and playing Nintendo. It's really good. It's really good. Don't accept any invites to an orgy thinking you're going to play Nintendo. You're absolutely not. Maybe that's what they do afterwards, I don't know. Let's get back on track. Here's the deal. WrestleMania 41, night 1 is in the books. So right now, we had a little bit of a sad situation because we don't know if it was any good or not. So what are we going to do? We're going to take the finger of power and we're going to give the good bits an up and we're going to give the bad bits a down.
Welcome to Las Vegas. We are here courtesy of Surfshark, who are sponsoring all of our WrestleMania content. And Surfshark's VPN is brilliant. It just makes sure all your stuff stays private and secure when you're out and about online. And they even have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, but it allows you to change your virtual location to access all of your favorite content, which means you can watch all of WWE shows on Netflix, not just Raw, but SmackDown and NXT too, with no ads. And you get to see all the bonus content us Brits get to see too. Stuff like this. With everybody saying LA Night, yeah! Just click the link in the description and use code WhatCultureMania at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN.
Now, I did have notes in my phone. Let me try and use the power of memory to see if I can do this. The first match was Jey Uso versus Gunther. Now, so the best thing about this is there's an escalator here, going up here. As soon as you start doing that, all the wrestling fans just looked. It's like a moth to the flame. I know that chant and must be involved. Now, I never thought the result was in jeopardy because I think when you have a main event, which we'll get to obviously in due course, anybody could have won that, and some people are going to like it, and some people, depending on who your favorites were. Whereas in terms of how the story was here, the idea was we have a good guy and we have a bad guy, and I just thought I was so surprised. So when we do live ups and downs, I break my cardinal rule. My cardinal rule is I watch a wrestling show, usually at 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm very tired, and I record the video, and then I'll go and get opinions. When I watch it live over here, you can't help but go on social media. And here is my surprise. And this is when you all have to get involved, right? You got to let me know what you think. So it ends with Jey Uso splashing Gunther 4 times or 3. I think it was 3, wasn't it? Yeah. 1 to the back, 2 to the front, which is always the way to do anything. And then, see, Gunther was stumbling around, so Jey Uso decides, I'm going to lock you in that rear naked choke, you mother Hubbard. Now, I sat there, and I liked it for 2 reasons. 1, they both kind of use each other's moves. But 2, do you know what that flubber Hubbard Gunther tried to do a few weeks ago on Raw? Yes, we do. He tried to murder Jimmy Uso with the choke. That's what he tried to do. So in this moment, when Jey Uso knew he was going to take that world championship away from Gunther, he was like, I am going to beat you with a choke. And do you know why I love Gunther? None of this, I'm a valiant hero, and I'm just going to pass out. No. That guy tapped. To the same me. I mean, who's my king? That's right. So imagine my surprise, the nerd that I am, when I'm on social media. And listen, all opinions are valid. I totally agree with that. You can disagree with me. I can disagree with you. But there was this big entourage of people that was like, I can't believe that Gunther tapped out. Gunther would never tap out. I can't believe that Gunther, the villain of the piece, the heel, the bad guy, would lie to me. I thought he was a stand-up guy. I didn't think he was a coward. So I think you can get into the nitty-gritty. 1, we talked about the poetic nature of that's what he did to Jimmy Uso. I'm going to do it to you. When you think about the character of Gunther, he wasn't able to withstand it. He tapped out straight away. And because I'm a big wrestling geek, who remembers a little match called Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov? You all remember how Ilya Dragunov won it was the UK NXT title, right, at the time? Yeah, there you go. He won it by using the choke. And what did the commentators tell us? Well, by Jove, I believe that's Gunther's weak spot. So there are so many things you can go to. If it wasn't for you and Gunther is your guy, I totally understand it. But I would say, if you had that reaction in your tum-tum and it didn't feel very warm and fuzzy, that's probably how you were meant to feel. So I'm going to ask a few of you in a second. I don't even care, man. Jey Uso winning that world championship and Jey Uso winning it with a tap-out choke, that motherfucking thing is getting up. So, did anybody not like it and did not want to give it an up? Oh, my friend here. So, wait. Two things. 1, once again, let's be nice to everyone. 3, usually I'm being suffocated in a circle. But what? I can go wherever I like. This is great. I have freedom, finally. Hello, my friend. I know you regret coming. It's okay. I'll protect you. What's your name? Nick, pleasure to see you, Nick. Nice to meet you. What gym do you have there?
SmackDown Slam.
It's actually got a SmackDown Slam. Good work, Vegas.
Yep.
So, and remember, you can all go get drinks from the bar. Can't do that when we're outside, unless over 21.
Yes, you can.
We're in America. In England, it's over 18. We don't know what we're doing. Although you guys can drive at like 8 years old. It's weird. Anyway, what was it for you that has made you feel sad in your Tootsie Toes?
It wasn't so much sad. It was more like he just immediately tapped out. But you also did say he's a coward. So he should have.
So are you telling me that you looked up to Gunther? Is he your idol?
I mean, he was a great champion.
He was a great champion, but am I saying on a moral level, you saw yourself in Gunther? Is that what you're telling me?
If I grew like a couple feet, yeah.
Okay. So just a note, Nick, right? Nick, don't become friends with Nick if you have a brother, because he will try and kill them. Or he's fine with it. So if someone tries to kill your brother and they succeed and you run to Nick and go, Nick, please, I need some love in my life. He'll go, I'm sorry, it's your fault, dude, and he'll walk off. Anyway, I loved it. My favorite thing about it, I do want to throw out there, is my favorite thing. I think it's my favorite thing about new WWE. If you get over and you get a reaction from the fans, you can become the world champion. Do you know what that means? I say this into the camera. I don't know who watches this show. Tozawa. If you can find a way. I'm not confused, man. Wait, is that Tozawa? No, it's not. That's my point, right? That's my point. It's absolutely so. I get everything wrong, don't worry. Do you know how long people have yelled at me for not being able to say Oscar? 9 years, if you care. What the hell was the second match? The New Day versus the War Raiders. I have two.
New Day sucks. 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 New Day sucks.
I actually think the New Day are one of the best tag teams of all time, but what do I know? So genuinely, it's absolutely a story of two halves for me. That's not saying at all. I think you have to watch this match out of context. Because I think a rightful criticism is, why did we do this and not the SmackDown tag team match, which has had months of build, whereas this one 2 weeks ago, someone just went, oh, we'll do it. Oh, we'll just do it. And because of that, listen, I don't like saying this. I think it's disparaging. But if anybody walked up to me right now and said it, I'd be hard to argue with you. It did kind of feel like a match you could see on Raw. I don't mean that from a talent or a work rate point of view to use that, but I just mean from the build and how you felt about it. If the War Raiders has won, we probably would have gone, okay. And if the New Day did win, which they do, you'd be like, okay. And I think when it comes to WrestleMania, you need some more stakes. But I also think in a week's time, if we remove the hype and the love and the atmosphere, and we just watch it, actually never remove the love, always keep the love. But if we just watch it in and on itself, I actually think it was a pretty good match. I really, really do. Although I do take umbrage with the finish. And I'm going to ask somebody, we'll do it in a second. If I do it right now, who would like to be on ups and downs? Right, you went on quite quick. We'll go to you. This is my area. Now, you remember what the finish was. Yeah. The War Raiders went to do their move, and Kofi Kingston sort of did one interference thing, and he held the legs on the pin. Is it just me, or do we feel like maybe they should have cheated a little bit more evil? Like if you were watching, what's the Harry Potter villain called? I can't remember his name. Voldemort. If Voldemort had beat Harry Potter by like stealing his pencil, that wouldn't have been very good, would it? If Harry Potter ended with Harry Potter being sad he lost his pencil, you'd be like, that sounds like a euphemism. It's no euphemism. It's no euphemism. So, do you not think that they should have cheated a little bit more?
Yeah, it was a pretty lame finish, not gonna lie, yeah. I mean, it was cowardly, though. It was cowardly.
Yeah, it was cowardly, you're right. I don't know, I'm not too worried about it. I wanted them, you know what I would have loved them to done? The levels that I was hoping for was like a chainsaw. As I checked off someone's leg, that, well, what are you gonna do? You got no leg. So it's interesting. So here's what I'm gonna do, and make noise if you agree. I'm gonna give the core of the match an up. And I'm going to give the build and what's the aura? Let's use that word. The aura around it. I do feel we'll have to give it a down. I do feel like you could have held this off until Raw on Monday and we would have got the same effect, right? But what do we think about it mostly? Everybody enjoy it? Did you see that the air was lovely and it made me feel nice? But it was also just a little bit less than when we were talking about Jay and Gunther, right? And I think that's the thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. There really is nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it just happens. I actually think it did help the main event. Remind me to make that point when we get to the main event. I will forget. Match 3 was Jade Cargill, or have I gone one too fast? Yeah, we agree with that? Right. We're going into kayfabe mode. I am mad that Naomi lost. I love new Naomi. And if I couldn't have loved new Naomi more, her entrance music hit, and she came out to hardcore bell. Honestly, if I couldn't have liked this character more, listen, Liv Morgan became my favorite wrestler around about 6 weeks ago. I think she's gone. See ya. We're out of here. I'm bringing in Naomi. I think she's great. And Jade Cargill, my favorite thing about Jade Cargill is this. Let's all act like pro wrestling is on the up and up, right? It's not a work. It's not predetermined. This man, Jake, I know, I'm sorry. Oh, there's kids. It's definitely not that. It's all the best thing ever. DDTs are real. Don't do it to your brother. So, I did DDT my brother once. It was bad. So imagine this, right? So we're in the world of wrestling. Jade Cargill, probably a couple of weeks ago, is sat there. And she goes, how do I get in Naomi's head? I know. I'm going to get a real-life weatherman. And I'm going to record a video and act like when I turn up, a real storm is here. Now, unless Naomi is the most capable person ever, she's probably like, I don't know what's going on. But I liked it. I think one of my favorite things, one of my sort of up-there favorite things, was that everybody had something special for this WrestleMania. Be it people arriving in cars, be it like a silly weather report, be it Mary's new music. I love that kind of stuff with WrestleMania. What was that, sorry? Except Ray Fenix. You're right, he didn't have anything. That's a great point, Ray. But he was a last-minute addition. There was no time to make anything for him. But it's a very good point. You're right. So, I kind of assumed that Jade Cargill would win, but I really enjoyed this. But I don't think it was, a 5-star classic, 6.25 stars in the Tokyo Dome. I just think they went there and just did exactly what I wanted. They threw each other around. Jade Cargill had scary power. That power bump before she hit the Jade, it was awesome. I like the fact that Naomi hit her split-legged moonsault and Jade kicked out. I liked how aggressive Naomi was. This worked to me the opposite of what we just talked about. The build was good. I understood it. You had a bad guy, you had a good guy. Well, I'm going to say, we do noise. Noise is funnier and more likely to get us kicked out. Who wanted Naomi to win? Who wanted Jade Cargill to win? I think a little bit more for Jade Cargill, but essentially 50-50. And to me, a good story should do that as well. And then, the finish was great. That power bomb into the Jaded. And I think we can talk about it. It's only fair. I don't agree with this at all. And in fact, I've tweeted it a lot. And I get a lot of people going crazy. I think there was this horrible idea that Jade Cargill had to be protected in tag teams. We can't give her a singles match. We give her a singles match, and it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly good. Again, are you going to watch it in 10 years' time? Maybe if you're bored, but maybe you're not. But I think it worked character-wise. I think it allows them to probably continue this on. I don't even need to think about this one. It was absolutely getting enough. Yeah! Oh, I love it. However, I think, you know what? We should do this now. I'm going to do this now because it's something that. So, I'm a wrestler in my other life. Does that make sense? No. So, very, very nicely, sometimes when I get a good crowd, they go up. It's like, that's brilliant. And then it was around about a year ago. Obviously, what did I do to encourage them? You can't do that. That means yes in wrestling topics. So I keep meaning to say this, so we do it now, because it's like monkey see, monkey do wrestling. If we all do it together and you come see me wrestle, you can do this instead. This is now up, okay? This. It's very strange. It's very weird. Yeah, I mean, it looks a bit like you are infiltrating somebody's. Don't do that, but what can I do? What can you do? What's down? Well, you can just put it down. No one does that in wrestling. It's fine. It's a very convoluted system. If somebody saw you doing it, they take you to hospital. But it's fine. It's fine. However, sometimes ups and downs, we do give out downs that are related to my own personal biases. Essentially, it's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. But Naomi losing is getting it down because Naomi, I really wanted you to win. But it's irrelevant. The next match is a down. Remind me what the next match was?
That would be America.
No, LA Knight, no.
LA Knight was next. That's what I thought. Well, now let's sit down. Sit down.
It was such a down you can't remember.
LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu was next. That's correct, isn't it? The US title. Yeah, man. This man has a hat that says, Simon, give my hat off. What's your name, dude?
My name is Martin.
Martin, give it up for Martin. That's brilliant. Put it up on the counter, obviously. Or do people hate it when I give ups for signs? When we're doing it. So I actually think in terms of I don't even know what you would call it, because what even is a wrestling match? Can be whatever you want, right? You could send two people to the ring and have them play chess, if that's what we've agreed upon in the back. But in terms of what we consider a good wrestling match to be, I probably think this was the match of the night, right? Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight for the US title. I do believe it had some jeopardy, because LA Knight only won it 2 months ago? Not that long, with the second reign. So I actually like the fact we do shorter reigns, because ever since Roman Reigns won his, 1,316 days World Championship, which was like back in 1942, I think we do need to have some shorter reigns just to balance it out. It's a shame it had to be LA Knight, right? I love LA Knight. I think he's brilliant. So much fun. He's so entertaining. But this was the equivalent of do you want lots of money or even more money? You can't lose, because Jacob Fatu is so damn good. As far as I'm concerned, when we get to WrestleMania 32 in New Orleans, he should probably be further up the card. He should probably be fighting for a world title. I don't see why we would wait. Why be patient, right? I don't want to bring the mood down, but we could all be dead tomorrow. Don't let me die, and don't give me Jacob Fatu in the main event. So we should just get there as soon as we possibly can. There was some crazy stuff in this. the BFT hit off the moonsault. What the fuck was that? I mean, the timing, how much that must have hurt to just do in general, and there were so many little things like that. I actually think it's the most aggressive I've ever seen LA Knight, and that worked too, because if he was scared of Jacob Fatu, I'm going to bring it to you. So when you have a football or a sports game, and you know the other team are better than you, so you take the game to them. Thought this was great. I thought the winner was absolutely correct, and it threw my stupid prediction out the window, because my prediction was Solo can screw Jacob, and then they can go and feud, and then we keep the bet on LA Knight. I thought it was a nice balance. And then what's the first thing I see? Solo being like, oh, you can do it, boy. I was like, it's not going to happen. But great match. I don't know how long it went, but it didn't overstay its welcome at all. I thought it came to the right place in the card. I thought it was incredibly well timed, and I just thought it was delightful. I would give it more than this, but I'm saving my special up for something else. And absolutely giving it an up. This is great. This is great. Really good. So, on this one, did anybody not like Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight? Anyone? No, look at them.
It's Solo versus Fatu at SummerSlam?
Solo versus Fatu at SummerSlam? Yeah, probably. I think that's a good shout. I saw one hand over there. Who didn't like this match? He's run away, you Gunther coward. It's not Mick, is it? I'm joking. Okay. I'm joking. So the next match was that Grande Americano versus Ray Fenix, right? Okay, so this has actually become quite hard to talk about. Yes, we will let that go indeed. So this, I do feel like I want to talk about this in this way because I think it's only fair. I'm not going to name names, but a Mexican friend of mine was messaging me throughout WrestleMania, and they just don't like this at all. They're like hardcore, old school luchador in their blood. He's not old, but he's relatively old. He just doesn't like it. He doesn't like the fact as well that Ray Phoenix gets brought in and he just beats him. But I'm intrigued to get anybody else's take. So we're just once again, sorry, do we on? Okay, absolutely. What did you say?
Hello. So it's silly, it's goofy, but it's fine. It's okay. I think it's okay.
No, but this is my point, right? Yeah. I'm really happy you said that because there's always going to be two opinions. You can never account for anybody else's tastes. You have to see things and decide on your own. Like if there was a character called El Baldy, I would probably love it. Maybe my big friend here wouldn't love it. I don't know. We just don't know. Also, shout out to all the bald people in the crowd. Appreciate you, baldies. Don't let the foreheads be mean to you. Like they're mean to Ricochet all the time. It's not fair. But so I think I just want to get that out of the way because I get a lot of messages about it. And my point is this: if you're offended by it, you're allowed to be offended by it. And if you're a sensitive person, you're allowed to be sensitive. And if you want to cry, you're allowed to cry because we have tears for a reason. I'm done with all this macho bullshit. That's right, I said it. I said it. I cry at a time. Not true. Not actually a crier, but I would. I would if I could. So in terms of the match itself, I kind of agree with what you were going for. I hate saying this. I feel like such a bad person. So let me do my usual bit. They're incredibly talented wrestlers. They're brilliant. They're awesome. I thought the match was excellent. What the hell was that spinny, flippy, reverse 450 that Chad Gable, but not Chad Gable did? And Ray Phoenix is the epitome of 2 + 2 = potato. How the hell does he do anything that he does do? But I'm going to say it. If it happened on Raw, it probably would have made me feel the same way. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a page out of Gunther's book, and I'm going to be a coward. I'm not deciding. You guys are deciding. This is where you kind of go at the same time because we all did the opposite. So I'm going to be, listen, I have no power in my real life, right? It's the only time I ever have any power or the feeling of power. So we're going to do the old school way. I say down. If you want to give it down, you make a noise. I'm going to say up, you make a noise. You, my friend, give me a high five. I'm going to decide who was louder. That's right. I can think of the mood. You're wearing a Seth Rollins t-shirt. So you had a good evening. Let's try and keep it that way. Okay, so who would give El Grande Americano versus, I forgot his name, Ray Phoenix, a down? And who would give it an up?
Let's hear it.
Answer. Right. Here it is. I'm going to take it off me. Literally rip it off. It's weird, man. We're doing weird stuff right now. Now put it in your hand. Hearing that, screw it in. That's right. We're then really strange. It's the weirdest moment of your life. Jade, as much as you can. Is it in there nice and tight? It's in there nice and tight. So what are we giving this match? Give me my finger back. Give me my finger back. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. It's the weirdest to get anything out of my life. Who enjoyed some weirdness? Yeah, that's good. What the hell was next? I don't remember. Where was the next match? Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for one of the WWE Super Duper Women's Championship live from SmackDown on Friday nights. So this was the most interesting wrestling experience I've ever had in my life. Halfway through, I turned to Adam Wilborn, who was sitting next to me, and I said, dude, what the hell is happening? Where's Adam Wilborn? It's right there. The master of the cheap pop, Adam Wilborn, he was right there ready. I agree. So I did. I said, I don't know what's happening. But I'm really happy we get to do this. I'm going to talk to a few of you about this, so apologies to everybody watching at home, but I think it's great that this match happened when I have live people around me. Because, once again, we go back to this idea of what is a wrestling match. It's two people trying to win a fight. That's all it is. We understand that there is an acting nature to it, a performative nature to it, a scripted nature to it. But ultimately, you will watch wrestling to be entertained. That's it. It doesn't matter. No matter what that entails, and no one is going to have the same feelings about what makes them happy and what makes them sad. Maybe if I watch this match again in 2 weeks, I won't like it as much. It all depends on what happened on my day. But the whole time during this, I was transfixed. I could not take my eyes off it. I mean, we have proof that they were legitimately hitting each other. Go look at Tiffany Stratton's face. She chipped 2 teeth. That doesn't happen. 1 maybe, 2, no way. Now, this obviously ties into the very strange way we got here. I don't know whether they planned this all along. I don't know whether we've been... Say what, sorry? You were so happy? I'm sorry. No, let's don't do that. None of that. You almost get me there. You almost get me. I will confiscate that hat. I had no idea whether this was the plan or whether we pivoted to use the brand new word in professional wrestling, but I could not stop watching it. And I actually think on a WrestleMania card, actually around this time in the match order, you need something that stokes the fires in your head. I didn't know. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I never mind when a wrestler makes a mistake with human beings. I woke up this morning and tripped over and fell out of my hotel room because I'm an idiot. But it happens. But it was also another reason that made it so interesting is at times they would go from their New Japan strong style, I'm going to smash your head, to do maybe some reversals, some counters, and it was a little bit wibbly wobbly. It was a little bit strange. There was hesitations. But ultimately, the magic of this match is, once again, it's like a car wreck. That's a bit unfair, but I had to watch it. I had to watch it to see what was going to happen. And when Tiffany Stratton won, I couldn't believe it. Because what do you do with Charlotte Flair now? It's not like there was cheating or, can we even carry this feud on? I don't know. I really don't know. You've been very active the whole time. Give me your thoughts on this match and be honest, please.
So I think my biggest thing about it is I think Charlotte Flair played her part perfectly.
I know what you mean.
She was the exact right kind of unlikable. I'm not a Charlotte Flair defender, but I think that it played exactly what it needed to be so that we had emotions for both of them. And there were spots where people were actually like, oh, maybe Charlotte is gonna win, and
maybe she's actually kicking her ass.
Exactly.
That's what I thought. Okay, has he just decided to kick Tiffany Stratton's ass? That's like me right now, just saying, boom, kicking your ass. And I would too. I would do it. And then you look a little bit worse for wear, my friends. Drink lots of water, okay? Lots of water, that's what we want. Who else would like to talk about this? Anybody? We've done you, but I promise we'll do more. I'll sit here. I'll reach over with the microphone. Just give me your thoughts.
Hey, everybody. I thought the match was cool, but it seemed a little sandbaggish, choreographed. It seemed like, I don't want to say spot vicious, but you could tell they worked it out in the back or something like that, but I thought it was cool.
No, dude, I know what you mean. I honestly know what you mean. It was just so strange in the best way that you could see where they... I know what you mean. There were times where you could see, arms do that, you duck, I'll do this. But then they would turn around and just punch each other right in the face. Honestly, I thought this was absolutely brilliant. I really did. Because how long did it last? 15 minutes, 20 minutes? I don't know. I just, once again, I keep using this phrase, I couldn't take my eyes off it. I'm actually kind of interested for it to continue. But I would also ultimately say, I think WWE is pretty good with this. How is it? It's been going on about 2 months now. I would probably say that they don't really have, I don't want to say the chemistry. Yeah, I do want to say that. They don't have the chemistry I expected. They have a different kind of chemistry, but not the one I expected. So for months, I was pushing, let Charlotte win. Let's go all the way to SummerSlam with Tiffany winning 2 and 3. And then she sort of achieved a proper victory over Charlotte. If somebody had gone, let's just whip it in the butt, and this is crazy, I wouldn't mind it. But on the night, sat there, and I kind of went super nerd here. I did. I went on social media. Like, is there information about this? Have they just gone off plan? I couldn't. It accessed that part of my brain where usually what happens to most people is we get into wrestling for wrestling, then we learn about all the crazy stuff backstage, and then we merge the two together. That other part of my brain is going crazy, but I am giving it an up. I really am. I really am.
The title didn't change. It's the only title of the night that didn't change hands.
Sure, it's the only title that didn't change hands, which we probably could have 3 and changed hands up to that point. And to me, it tied into this idea that wrestling can be whatever you want it to be. It really can. If you want an elephant to come out and win a title, you can make it happen. Somebody gave me a belt in the UK, they're idiots. So it can happen. Which brings us to our main event. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. So, here's my nerd point I'm going to make before I forget. I wouldn't be surprised if when whoever Triple H and his friends sat down to plan the show, they didn't go, we really love the WrestleMania, finish a kick out, finish a kick out, finish a kick out. They saved it all to the main event. And it wouldn't surprise me if that's why maybe some of the other matches, someone said to me, they didn't have those WrestleMania fields. And that's just the kick out, kick out, kick out. We did do a lot of that. We also kind of stayed away from it. And I think all of that just helped this. They started super slow, which I liked as well. After CM Punk had an incredible entrance. Oh my gosh. But you have to go and see the video they played for him. I mean, it was just absolutely wonderful. But here's one of my hot takes that people always go, you've got to be kidding me. I can't help it. There's a but to this, so don't worry. I've never been a band plays live at WrestleMania guy. It's always better it's the real music. I know, groovy, eh? Indeed. How dare I have these things? But the thing is, as far as I'm concerned, with my, crap opinion I have of this, I think the Living Colour performance was my favorite one in WrestleMania history. It was so good. Then it was the levels of the music. There was a Triple H one with Motorhead, and I'm a huge Motorhead guy. It's not loud enough. That was always my thing. This was so loud. The performance was so good. The way that Punk interacted with everybody. I always had a little bit of a tear in my eye moment when Punk and Heyman came out together. Oh, the nostalgia that ran through me when they came out together. It just felt right. It's like peanut and jelly. And Freed men and sun cream on a hot day. That didn't work, but I said it now. So everything we did there, that's getting its own separate up because I thought it was tremendous and I thought it really rubber stamped. This is CM Punk's WrestleMania main event, and it is. And why I am here, it's some more of my crappy opinions. If you don't think the night one of WrestleMania is the main event, I want to talk to you. All right? It still counts. Someone has still decided you should close the show, and it's damn cool. Somebody rang me up tomorrow and said, Salmon, do you want a main event night one? That's a terrible idea, but I'll be there. Absolutely. So we get into the match. It starts slow. We all knew what the twist was going to be. Who is Paul Heyman going to team with? You love Paul Heyman? I talked to him earlier, and he loves you too. So there you go. Not true. Pretty sure that's libelous or scandalous, whichever one it is. Don't accept that as a real thing. But Some of the stuff that Seth and Punk was doing on the outside, trash can shots to the head, throwing each other around. Roman Reigns dived over Barry Barricade. An absolute mother hubbard. My gosh. We also tied into things with the Shield. And at one point, Seth Rollins is saying, Roman, we must team up together. They go over the Shield powerbomb, but Roman, I love these little touches, has learned his lesson. He punches Seth right in the face. He throws CM Punk through out of the announce table, and he picked up Seth, and he threw him through the other one. It was so good. The way this match was laid out, Punk got something, Seth got something, Roman got something, and we just kept bouncing it around. And then, of course, we got to the point where it's like, oh, sweet, we're playing the video game, and we've all decided we've maxed out finishers, or we just went, finish. But we didn't just do that with the 1-2 lose. We then decided, well, I'm going to go for my finish, and then you're going to take off with my finish, and you come out with another finish. But the best one, by a country mile, is Roman Reigns going to spear Seth Rollins into the pedigree. Yeah, what's the stupid thing they say? That's the cinema. That's what people say. Oh, cinema. The cinema, aura, live show charisma, whatever the fuck that one was. But he followed it up with the stomp too, which I thought was really good. Just, if you haven't seen this yet, and for some reason you wait for my opinion, which is very nice, but also very, very crazy, just watch this match. From start to finish, from entrances to the ending, and how you could tell this had worked. They'd all kicked out of each other's finish, then Paul Heyman went and got a chair, right? And it was as if it was on the end of a horror movie, or like a twist in The Usual Suspects. Everyone was just like, oh my gosh, what's he gonna do? And because these matches are so wonderfully laid out, you have CM Punk on the left, you have Roman Reigns on the right, Paul Heyman is stood in between them all. Now, don't lie to me, okay? Think about your mothers and how ashamed they would be if you lied to me. I'm going to ask who you thought, really, not now, not on your retroactive, I knew from the beginning. Good for you. Tell me the truth. Who thought, we're not getting to him yet. Calm down. When it was just Punk and Roman, who thought he was going to give it to Punk? Who thought he was going to give it to Roman? It's about 50-50, you see. Because what I thought he was going to do is I thought he was going to put it in the middle, like dogs, go at it, like, yeah. But he didn't. He gave it right to Punk. And that's when I knew something is up. Paul Heyman is too good at wrestling to go, we just give that away. So CM Punk is about to hit Roman Reigns. And what did that Paul Heyman do? Oh my gosh. He has CM Punk right. He did do that. He did that. And he, for some reason, you just turned to this part of the video, who whacked him right in his penis. Give it a minute. We didn't get kicked out. We can say penis. Hooray. Success. In the ding-ding. You're going to call it a ding-ding. To be fair, it's much more relatable to this show as a stupid show. So you think the Punk's going to hit him? I say you think when he does hit him with the chair, and you think, oh my gosh, they're back together. Although I was like, that's too easy, man. That's too easy. When I've seen it a lot. So many people have fantasy booked this. I didn't think the WWE would do it. I really didn't. And thank goodness they did. But Roman Reigns obviously takes out Punk. That was the best part. That's how good this plan was, right? Punk was taken out with the chair shot. He was gone. He was dead. No more. And he says, it's Paul Heyman, calling traffic. Go get that dastardly Seth Rollins. And just when he's going to do that, what does Paul Heyman do? He sinks to his knees. The ding-dong, was that right? It hits him in the ding-ding. Hits him in his doorbell or whatever. And then you get the Shield chair shot, which obviously we did recently too. You get the stomp. And not only does Seth Rollins wins, but he is now a brand new Paul Heyman guy. Now, once again, we must go into the shoes of, let's imagine that Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins are real life people. This means, around about 6 months ago or whatever, they sat down and said, I got this great plan. Right? Somehow we're going to manipulate this all the way to the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. Paul, first of all, you're going to have to get CM Punk to sign a contract, but to do a favor where it's crazy, but I love it. But I was doing it for a joke because I'm an idiot. Then I realized it makes all the sense in the world. Because if we go back to War Games, who did they want? Seth Rollins. And who can say no? Seth Rollins. And who went to ask CM Punk? Paul Heyman. I was like, oh my gosh, this really is some cinema or storytelling. And I'm sure they'll lean into that as well. And that's really clever, because it means you have to keep an eye on what's going on, even if they retroactively put it together. I don't care, as long as I can link the dots, as long as I understand and I can see that pathway. But seeing Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman walk away together, it also opens a very exciting door. And I want you to be mad about I want you to be upset with what I'm about to say, right? I want you to feel it once again in your tum-tums. Because I actually now think that Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, maybe even a Backlash, which is like in 3 weeks' time or whatever, will go after Jey Uso. And I think Jey Uso is going to lose the world title. I think it's going to happen. Monday, calm down. Monday, no, give it a few weeks. But I think it serves so many things there. One, the only problem with Naomi losing was she turned heel and lost their first match. That drives me nuts. A little pet peeve of mine. But if they then go on to do that, not only does it justify what Seth Rollins has done, but I think it makes Jey more sympathetic. And also, it sucks that you have to be the sacrificial lamb, but we have a short title reign. Eventually, somebody was going to have to be that guy, and it kills me that it would be Jey, but that's why it works. I'll be so mad at you horrible, horrible people. So when you throw this all into a pot, and it's the only reason that Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight didn't get it, because I thought that match was great, it does not. Just get him up. Hold it up. It gets to go up. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I don't like comparing it to everything else, but as I tweeted like a massive loser, it was the perfect night one main event. You couldn't have done it better. There's nothing that I would have changed, and I thought it was genius. So,
they all got their moment. They all had their moment. They had a callback to, what was it? TLC 2011 when Punk threw Roman into Seth, except it was Mox last time. And then a callback to Money in the Bank 2016. They cooked cinema.
Bingo. He's not wrong. I love it. So, listen, whatever anybody thought of night one, more power to you. I love you. I thought you did a great job. And I think I love you too. Let me go to dinner first, okay? I think they set up night two. I think they set up night two really well. And before we do wrap up the show, some housekeeping stuff for people watching, other people here. We are back here after night two. Hey, Bruce, come down. Hey, Bruce, obviously, the shared rule, WrestleMania Night 1 gets it up. Excuse me, of course it does. But before we do end the show, I genuinely thought, and I said this to either Phil or Ham for them, and Emmanuel now too. I said to him, I even said to Phil that we're probably going to have to like put the camera up, and Phil's going to have to join in because I didn't think anybody was going to be here. So the fact we have way back there and all the way around, and this lovely man here, I really, 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 really do appreciate you. Thank you. Seriously, I'm going to do a bit cheesy here, a bit corny. Thank you for, taking what is a really stupid show and essentially putting it into a venue. That's what we've done. That's right. That's right. And that's what we've done, okay? And who knows, maybe next year we can be in a place where there's like sets and a big screen and we can do PowerPoints and make it like a crappy meeting you have at work. You just never know. But it's so cool. I do want to thank Luxor and Aurora and the MJ Casinos because they're probably watching this going, what the hell is going on? This makes no sense. So thank you. Thank you very much. It's super cool.
Thank you, Luxor. Thank you, Luxor.
So, obviously, there's one last up I'm going to give, and it's to all of you. So, yeah, if you want to come back down tomorrow, you certainly can. And as we are here now, get yourself a drink. Gamble responsibly. Responsibly gamble. Don't waste your life savings. And I will be here. I say hello to each and every single one of you. But for those at home, like the video, share the video, subscribe, get mad because people made a whole noise in ups and downs videos. And in terms of the craziness here, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, my friends.